did it.
Nice.
I know, we finally ended that super quality episode that we recorded for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Really good.
It was, yeah.
You're not rolling with this, are you?
Nope. Yeah.
Thought it was gonna work.
Nope.
Yeah, figured.
I was like, should I go with it? Nah.
It was more like I was hoping it would work, but I knew somewhere in my heart it wasn't gonna work.
Well, on that note, this will be a quality episode.
Oh yeah. Why is that, Calum? Introduction.
I don't know, I'm just hoping.
Oh.
Fudge. But yeah, we're gonna talk about stuff that people talk about, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plot twist.
We're not running out of topics. No, we have topics for days.
Huh, right, yeah, right.
It's just we want to connect more with people having questions.
Yeah. So today on CastPod, welcome to CastPod, and we will be looking at random conversation starters / truth or dare questions because...
Why not?
Yeah. Some of them are pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the questions that people have decided to put on lists on the internet.
Yeah.
I would never use that to start a conversation.
No. We did kind of, not really a test, but we were kind of doing this beforehand. And some of those topics were weird.
Yeah. Yeah. They're a little strange. But hopefully we'll find some other strange ones here today. And maybe they will spark some stories or just fun conversation like they're supposed to, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see if they work.
So, what's the first one called, Calum?
Well, the first one is, what was the last funny video you saw? But I'm gonna probably skip that because probably watch like
1,000 videos a day.
Yep. So just be like, I watched this one with this dude and be like, oh yeah, saw that.
Yeah. Saw that one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to scroll through and find a quality one while Kevin entertains everybody else.
I couldn't keep it up.
I noticed. And on that note, I found, what's your favorite way to waste time?
Is it really?
Yeah.
First off, you gotta make the sound.
Wow. This is a good one. I can tell already.
Yep.
Oh, here's one. That's kind of fun. What is something that is popular now that annoys you?
Popular now that annoys me.
I can think of one.
Go on.
It has to do with clothes. So, specifically, high-waisted shorts.
Ah.
With the combination of a crop top.
That one I just don't get.
That makes me so mad. Because it's, well, first of all, every girl wears them.
True.
I'm not even stereotyping.
No, we literally saw a herd of them going into a store.
Several herds.
True.
But yeah, it's like, that's like the go-to outfit nowadays for women, and that's fine. If you like that style and you think you look good
I love how you're covering for
I
yourself.
am. No, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say, like,
change your ways.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say, like, you shouldn't wear it. Like, if you want to wear it, fudging go right ahead, because, like, people judge how I dress. I don't care. But, like, I don't dislike people who wear it. I just dislike the style of it.
Yeah.
Because it's literally, like, if you think about it, it's shorts.
Correct.
They're just, like, high-waisted.
Yes.
So it's, like, it's literally like you gave yourself a wedgie and call it a fashion. But not only that, it's like, if you cut high-waisted shorts down to, like, where shorts normally are, it'd be like a Speedo. Because they're so short.
Yeah,
I
didn't really think about that.
If they give off the, like, idea that, like, they're not actually that short because they moved them up.
Yeah.
So if you cut them off to where, like, a normal pair of shorts would start, they'd be basically underwear because they're so high up. But also, the second half of the problem is the crop top.
I think I know. I think I might have the same issue as you with this, where it's a matter of there's a train behind us.
That's true.
That's my problem.
I understand.
My second problem with it is they got high-waisted shorts.
Yes.
So they're like shorts are like up above their belly button.
Right.
How do we fix it? I know. Let's cut shirts smaller.
Exactly. So it's like they literally, if you think about it, they just took their clothes and pulled them up,
Yeah.
but like kept them in the same like range that they'd normally be in.
But they just decided it's like wearing normal clothes is too simple.
Yeah.
I know. Wear it like this.
Yeah. So it's like you take like normal t-shirt, normal pair of shorts. All right. Then you cut off half of the t-shirt and they're like, yeah, it's a crop top. Look at my belly button. And then society is like, we can't see your belly button. Men will get distracted in class.
It's true.
And then they're like, all right, well, what if I yank up my shorts to cover my belly button? Like, you know what?
It's fine.
I like it. But it just bothers me because it's like you literally just took your outfit, gave yourself a wedgie, and there you go.
Also, another thing I've noticed nowadays, you only really see those two in that combination.
Right?
You don't really see people wearing high-waisted shorts and a t-shirt.
Yep.
Or like a crop top and like normal shorts.
Yep. It's just the go-to style. And like I said, I have no problem with people who wear them.
It's just kind of like...
It's just the clothes themselves is like...
It kind of stupefies you.
Yeah. So, that's something that I have a problem with that is popular. Do you have any popular things that you feel hipsterish about?
I actually do. I hate the terminology nowadays.
Such as?
I hate the word obey with a passion.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why people refer to each other as that. It just annoys me so much. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, it bothered me too when it like initially started. Because I was just like, well, first of all, what on earth does that mean? Like, you took out the B in babe.
Yeah.
And you have, it's like the same thing. Like, it means the same.
It actually got to the point where when people refer to each other as bae, I would just swap in with body of water.
Yeah. That's a play on words for you guys playing at home. But, it bothered me because, like, the word, correct me if I'm wrong, is supposed to stand for, like, before anyone else or something.
Yeah.
That's not... When people say it in a sentence, then, it's not
They don't
grammatically correct.
True.
Because it'd be like, Jesus is bae.
Jesus is before anyone. Actually, that one kind of makes grammatic sense.
I guess so. But it just, you
But
wouldn't normally
I'm
say
thinking
that.
more of, you are my bae.
Yeah.
It's like, you are my before anyone else.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No. Also, it's just like, how quickly they use it is just like, it's like, okay, we started dating yesterday. You're bae now. And it's just like, really? You can't think of anyone that'd be for this, like, 1 day old significant other.
Yep. Yeah, it's really like a term of endearment that you can use, like, right off the bat that nobody, like, cares about. Like, you can't immediately say, like, I love you. Because that's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that freaks people out. But if you're like, yeah, they're bae, and it's like, okay. I mean, it's kind of the same for, like, babe and other, like, types of pet names. And those are kind of annoying in themselves, because they're unoriginal. And also, like, I don't feel like there's any, like, substance behind them.
No. There is none, because when you refer to some, like, because if you've noticed, people that use the term bae and babe and stuff like that refer to everyone as them.
Yep.
And it's just like, why? It's like, if it was a special name for your significant other, you'd only use it for them.
Yeah.
But it's just like, thanks, bae. Oh, that waiter was bae. It's just like, let me just throw it around.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that bothers me is all these food trends.
Food trends.
Like, how... I get it if people have, like, dietary restrictions or, like, moral problems with eating like meat and stuff like that.
Are you saying vegans are just a fad?
I'm not saying that out loud, but I'm thinking it. No, it's like, that's your choice, whatever. I prefer a nice steak, rare, preferably bloody, whatever.
Right.
But it's just like the people that do it without having any, like, it's not really towards the vegetarians and stuff like that. It's the people that, like, eat gluten-free, but they don't have any sort of, like, adverse reaction to it.
Right.
They just do it because why not? It's hip and trendy.
Yeah.
That kind of annoys me, because it's just like, say you're at like a restaurant and this person's gluten-free, and so they would refuse to eat, and there happens to be nothing gluten-free on the menu. So they have nothing that goes wrong with them. They're just
picky.
They're picky, yeah. So this is like, oh, I think I'm not going to eat at this Italian restaurant because there's gluten and everything. Oh, are you allergic to gluten? No. So you're just gonna sit here and watch us eat? Yeah.
I feel like you're calling somebody out right now.
Honestly, I'm not.
I was gonna say, I can't pinpoint if you actually are or not.
I'm not.
But it sounds like a very specific situation here. Like, oh, just brought you to this fancy Italian restaurant, and I'm not gonna eat gluten. And it's like, whoa.
As I'm talking about it, I'm like, all right, gotta think of a place that has gluten in it. What has gluten? Pasta.
Everything.
It's like, where do you eat a lot of pasta? Steakhouse. No, wait, Italian restaurant.
Yeah, close. All right. Understandable. I can see that. I feel like you'd be annoyed by the fact of, like, specific types of vegetarians and vegans. Like,
I hate the people that shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
Which is why I own a shirt that says, my favorite animal is steak.
That's a pretty good animal.
Yeah.
But, like, there are certain types that are, like, there's, like, raw vegetarians or something like that. Or, like, it was Steve Jobs was a type that he was either, like, he only ate, like, fruit, or it was basically, like, there's a type of vegetarianism where you only eat food that has fallen off of the crop. So, like,
it literally has to fall off?
Like, it can't be picked.
So it's, like, rotten?
No, it's, like, just perfectly ripe where it just, like, comes off.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah, but that exists. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Or it's, like, it has to, like, fall off the plant for you to eat it. Because you would still be, like, I don't know if that's the actual thought process, but, like,
I'm starting to pick up, like, the thought process of, it's still living.
Living, and you're, like, taking it off and whatever. It's funny, because I actually was picking some food from the fields today.
Really?
Yeah.
Apples?
No, berries.
Oh.
Yeah, I injured those plants without consent.
Were there, like, raspberries over there?
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought they were, but I wasn't sure because they were, like, very unripe, the ones I was looking at.
They're pretty ripe now.
All right.
They're pretty good. But, yeah, like I said, I murdered those plants. So, yeah. Moving on to the next conversation topic, which I thought would be an interesting one. Who is your oldest friend, and where did you meet them?
Ooh. Oldest friend that I still am friends with, or oldest friend, like, I was friends with them from a very young age, and then we kind of, like, one of us moved and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yes to both, or yes to the second one?
Yes. I don't know. Pick one and say it.
I would say, do family members count, though?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say, oldest friend's probably my one cousin.
So you're going to say, like, your mom or your dad, like someone you knew since birth, but no.
Yeah, I pretty much knew him since birth.
I thought also when you were asking your specifics, you'd be like, oldest friend is in, like, 80 plus, or, like...
Because that's my girl Dottie.
Yeah.
Alright, I would say I'm gonna do oldest friend that I, like, still regularly talk to.
Okay.
Have good times with. I'll probably have to say Nick Dugan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Name drop.
I know. And do you want to...
First and last.
I know. I call them both, so might as well drop both. But you want to hear of Nick?
Yes.
Go to the podcast on CG_ice. 14. And they pee sitting down.
I don't even think they still make videos, though, so...
That's because they're both in college and they go to separate schools, unlike us. We're
Yeah.
still in college and we go to the same school.
Have fun watching limited videos.
Haha.
So, who is your oldest friend that you don't regularly hang out with?
Probably my old neighbor Jake, who moved in, I think, 4th grade.
Interesting.
Really haven't talked to him since. Friendship.
Yeah. I would say... I'm trying to think. Oldest friend. It'd probably be, like, not you.
Dang it.
Because I'm thinking of oldest as in, like, I don't really talk to anymore. But, like, apparently, when I was in baby school, because that exists, I was, like, friends with this one African-American kid. And that was, like, technically, like, my first friend. No idea who it is. Don't know the name. Don't know anything. Just remember my parents being like, yeah, when you were a baby, you hung out with this one kid. And I was like, huh, wonder where they're at now. But the one I do know that I've known since, like, preschool, kindergarten, whichever came first, was this guy, Jake. Probably different. But,
State Farm?
Yeah. He always wore khakis. But yeah, I knew him, like, in preschool, kindergarten. He was, like, my best friend, hung out all the time. And then we didn't go to the same elementary school. Although he did show up one time for, like, you know, the before school care stuff?
Yeah.
He was, like, there for, like, it was either the before or after, or, like, summer. I don't remember what, but it was basically, like, we were in the school, but it wasn't time for school.
Yeah.
And he was there, and I was like, why are you here? You don't go here. But yeah. And then, saw him in high school. We went to the same high school.
Huh.
Yeah. And then, well, I didn't even notice. I think it was, like, 9th or 10th grade. Probably 9th grade. And I was, like, leaving my room to, like, go to another class.
Oh.
And this one guy is like, hey, Calum. And I was like,
Hey.
like, I wasn't even looking at him because I was, like, trying to get to, like, class. And I was, like, packing up or something. I just assumed I knew them. And they're like, how's it going? I'm like, oh, you know, pretty good. How are you? And they're like, oh, it's great. And that was basically it. And then, like, as I was walking away, I heard the other person that was with him be like, you know? And be like, oh, yeah, I went to, like, kindergarten with him. And I was like, wait a second. Because I still, like, couldn't, like, didn't get, like, the full look at him because I was, like, just passing by. But I was like, dang, I remember him. But, like, he looked nowhere near the same as he did in kindergarten. And yeah.
I would hope not.
That's
Do I know
probably
this,
my oldest
Jake?
friend. Maybe. His last name started with a G.
Probably not. I
Ended,
can't think of it.
Ended in a Berg.
I know him now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, like, best friends with him in kindergarten.
Huh.
Yep.
That's
Good
a weird
times.
moment.
I know, right? Fun stuff.
Honestly, I don't remember how I met Nick.
I have no idea. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even... There are certain people I remember meeting, and others I have no clue. I've just known them. you know?
I feel like we were on the same sports team because we played similar sports, but I don't really remember how we actually met.
I really don't know. I can't think of it. Like,
That being said, like, from, like, 6th grade on, we hung out, like, at least twice a week.
yeah.
Except for vacations.
Yeah.
And then college.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm back!
Well, on that emotional note, next topic. What is
Can you
this?
please say each next topic like that?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
What is the strangest dream you have ever had?
Laser tag with bears in a bubble wrap world.
All right. Next. Now that sounds like a good time.
It's literally, we were wearing the vest from the quality laser tag place.
Right.
There were bears.
Right.
And the world was apparently made of bubble wrap. Or the, like, arena.
Now, were the bears playing laser tag?
Yes. Weird part is, they weren't realistic bears either. They were cartoon bears.
Cartoon bears.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I have some really weird dreams. Thing is, I haven't had, like, a legit dream in a while. Like, I used to have crazy dreams all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, there would just be, like, times that I'd go, like, months and I wouldn't have a dream. And I know you still technically have dreams, or,
You
like,
just
you just don't remember. But, like, I was pretty good at remembering my dreams. Like, I could remember having, like, multiple dreams a night. But, like, there'd be spans where it's just, like, nope, I was just asleep. Like, I was out for multiple hours and nothing happened. And then, like, every once in a while I'd be like, boom, dream. Be like, whoa, that was cool. But, like, I've had so many odd dreams that I could, like, go off for a full episode about dreams.
Ooh, maybe we will.
Yeah, write that down. But, I guess the weirdest one I could think of is one I had. I've been talking about this one for, like, years. And I can remember it so clearly. Started out, I think it started out with me on a plane. And it was like a little biplane. And we were flying really low to the ground. And we go over this, like, big murky river. And then I was like, I gotta jump in that river. So I did. And then as soon as I landed, I was like, I immediately regret all of my decisions. And I wanted to get out of the river, like, really, really badly. And there was a boat, like, right there, like a little wooden canoe, like a little Amazonian kind of thing. That's
An
like really
outrigger?
shallow and whatever. Sure, throw in some fake words.
No,
so then I tried
outrigger canoes are real things. They're the canoes with the little thing off the side.
So you go on with your gibberish, and I'm going to go on with my story. So I try to get into the little Amazonian shallow boat canoe, and I just could not get in it. Like, there was something preventing me from, like, full on
Was it
getting into this
Amazonians
boat.
like, come on, get in. Paddle one stroke away.
No.
Come on, we're not kidding this time. Paddle one stroke away.
I wish. But no, it's just like I kept, like, climbing up, but, like, couldn't completely get into it. And I was really scared because I, like, for some reason I, like, knew that there were a bunch of, like, big crocodiles in the water, and I was like, I'm causing all sorts of commotion. I'm in the middle of a river. I'm about to get eaten. And then, like, I tried to swim over to the shore, but same thing. It was, like, a really steep, like, slippery shore, so I couldn't, like, get out. So I was like, well, fudge, I'm gonna die. But then I teleported. And then I was in a mansion.
What?
Yeah, I was in this mansion, and I was like, whoa, this is better than a river. And I just, like, start exploring, and it's like everyone from my school is in there having, like, a party. Probably. I don't remember you, but I remember Joe. Our mutual friend Joe was there, and he just runs up to me, and, like, I had this dream in, like, elementary school, so, like, it was just weird. It was a bunch of, like, elementary school kids just having, like, a party in a mansion. So Joe, our friend, runs over to me, and he's just like, I just had sex. And I was like...
Wait, it's elementary school,
I know, it's elementary school. And I was like, wow. All right, Joe. And he's like, and I'm gonna do it again. And then he just runs off. And I'm like, wow, okay, fun party. And then, like, I'm exploring through this mansion. I see Joe again. He's under a table with some girl. And, like, because it was elementary school and I probably didn't fully understand what sex was, they were both fully clothed and basically just, like, lying next to each other. And I was like, you go, Joe. And I keep walking along, and I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. I could hang out here. And suddenly I teleport again, and I'm in a cruise ship. But I'm piloting the cruise ship. I even have a captain's hat, like a sailor hat. And I was like, I should not be in charge of this boat right now. But then for some reason I was like, no, it's cool. And I was like totally okay with like driving this boat around, like this is where I was meant to be, and like there's a whole ship of people that like I'm steering. Suddenly I get a call on the radio, and it's like, "Hey, we've got reports of giant crocodiles eating cruise ships, so you better watch out for that." And I was like, "Huh, that's awkward." So then I get a distress call from one of the cruise ships, and it's like, "Yeah, we've got some survivors, but we could really use some help. If you can come like pick us up." And I was like, "Sure." So driving my boat down the river, and yeah, it's a giant cruise ship on a river, and it's not the same river that I was in earlier.
It's not the murky one?
No, this one was rather clear.
Hmm.
The other one was like a solid brown. So like going along, and then I see these people on the shore, and it's like they're super touristy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have the big like brimmed hats, and they've got the floral outfits and whatever. And they're just hanging out, just walking along the shore in their flip flops, like right next to the water's edge. And I'm like poking my head out the window because apparently the cruise ship had like a little side window, like a car,
Like a train.
or yeah, like a train. Where I was like, "Get away from the shore, get away! There's crocodiles!" And they're like, "Okay." So then they walk into the center of this beach,
Mm-hmm.
and out of fudging nowhere, up from the sand, engulfing all of the tourists, is a 50-foot tall Labrador puppy. And swallows them whole. And I was just like, well, dang.
I like how emotionless you are in this. You're just like, dang, go, Joe.
And then I woke up.
A Labrador.
It was
Was not expecting that.
You know, Smash Bros. Brawl?
Where the puppy comes
You know
up?
where the puppy comes? It was literally that. It was that puppy. Just like came up and ate everybody, and then was just like super happy, bursting from the sand of a beach.
That's great.
Yeah, that was my weirdest dream that I've ever had.
I was laughing really hard at the, you go, Joe.
I didn't know how to respond. I was like, okay. But, yeah. Like I said, I have a bunch of other strange dreams, so we could probably come back to that in the future.
Yeah.
If we remember.
I'm sure we will. We listen to us, right?
Yeah, right. Next topic. So, I don't actually have one in mind for this one, but I'm curious to see if you have one. What is a controversial opinion you have? Next.
I honestly don't have one.
Really?
What would I be controversial about?
I don't know. Think of controversial things. Have you ever said something that people are like, you can't say that? Or people, like, just the majority are like, that's stupid, you know?
Never seriously.
Like, never legitimately, like,
No.
huh. Because I feel like I have. I just can't really think of it right now. I know for a fact, and I might get called out on this. I know for a fact when I was younger, I didn't like fully understand the concept of homosexuality.
Okay.
And I was like, well, the thing I like, cause like it was back when people were like, well, I mean, this still is like a thing today about like what is the cause of homosexuality? Like, is it genetic? Is it a decision?
Isn't it if you inject 7 marijuanas?
Yeah, I mean, we know that today.
Oh.
Like,
this is the past.
Yeah, science has brought us to the realization that injecting marijuanas will give you the gay.
7.
7 exactly. But yeah, like before, when people didn't know this information, like, why are people gay? Like, I didn't understand it because I was like, what is the, like, because I thought of things all like sciencey, because I'm a fudging nerd. And I was like, what is the, like, evolutionary, like, benefit to homosexuality? Like, if it's a genetic thing.
Why?
Why? you know? And, like, I would talk to people about it, because then there would be plenty of people who would be like, it's just, like, it's not a genetic whatever, it's a decision. And I'm like, well, why do people decide to do it? Like,
Fair
what do
enough.
they get out of it, you know? And, like, I would just, like, I'd be really, like, torn about it, and I just, like, wouldn't get it. So I guess it's not really a controversial opinion, but it was just, like, something I didn't fully understand. But, like, people
Mm-hmm.
would still kind of get mad about it and be like, you know, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know, I just don't get it, you know? And, like, to this day, I still think that, like, now I think it's like a mix. Like, I think people can decide if they're like, you know, I want to take it up the butt, or
Mm-hmm.
like give it to someone up the butt. Or maybe it is like there is some sort of genetic thing. Because I feel like, honestly, like, in my controversial opinion,
Mm-hmm.
that like pretty much everything we do is genetic in some way. Like,
Alright.
every kind of, like, any kind of way we think or act, or like anything about us,
Is
somewhere in our
somewhere in our
genes,
genes.
like, it's linked, even if we
Mm-hmm.
can't like fully see it. I mean, there's so many DNA combinations, nucleotide nonsense, that, like, how can we know for sure?
Gattaca, yes.
Right. So it's like, next topic.
No,
No,
it's
but
you talking about homosexuality like when you were younger made me think of something.
right.
I never understood the fact that gay and lesbian kind of meant separate things.
Right.
Like, sure, they both mean homosexuality, but with different genders.
Right.
So I always was just like, I would basically interchangeably use them no matter what the circumstance was. And I've,
Nice.
yeah. And so for some reason, this is like late elementary school for like I remember then,
Right.
and it's just like, oh, those people are together. It's like two dudes together. What a bunch of lesbians. Two girls together. They're lesbians. Two guys together. They're gay. Two girls together. They're gay.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
pretty,
stupid.
that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, I've had plenty of misconceptions and things like that when I was younger.
Oh, I still do.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I can't honestly think, because I know for a fact I've had controversial whatever, or just like I've said something that somebody else didn't agree with, but like it's not like bad. Like,
It's
I'm
like, I think the non-director's cut of Batman vs Superman was decent.
it was like when I said, like, yeah, like, we should give movies a chance, right? Like, Green Lantern wasn't that bad, and everybody just turns to me, and I'm like, uh-oh.
The Phantom Menace was the best Star Wars movie.
I liked The Phantom Menace.
I liked it.
That's a legit
I
controversial
liked it.
opinion.
Was it the best? No.
No.
But I liked it.
Yeah. So, like, there's a controversial opinion.
There we go.
It was good.
The Yu-Gi-Oh card game's better than the Pokemon one.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to kill time because I'm trying to find the next topic. Quick.
Huh.
Distract while I look for another topic.
Alright. I have my hands in front of me. I have two fists. And I grabbed my one thumb. And now I'm twisting a bit. And now, pop. I pulled my thumb off. Spooky. And now I put my hands together again. I do a little twist. I twist back so my thumb's actually lined up where it was supposed to be. And then, bam! I put my thumb back.
Was there ever an event in your life that defied explanation? That's right. Yes, Kevin, raising your hand.
What? Can you explain a little bit more?
Basically, like, something happened in your life
Uh-huh.
that you remember
Mm-hmm.
that, like, just seemed, like, out of the ordinary, that you never had, like, a full explanation to. So, like, it could be, like, a supernatural thing, or it could be,
Okay.
like, you know, just something you never like fully understood, like why did this happen, you know? So it's like I've got a couple of those.
You go. Maybe it'll make me think of one, because I'm trying to think of one.
Okay. Well, I remember. I mean, most of them have to do with like supernatural stuff, like ghosts or whatever.
Okay.
And I have one ghost story, but I'm gonna save it for when we go back to spoopy episode. Um, but I do remember in elementary school when like there used to be like a myth that
Oh, is it the Bloody Mary one?
yeah, but like there are so many different takes on it that like I heard multiple different like
You gotta say her name and spin around 5 times in the bathroom with the lights off. False. You gotta look in a car mirror and do it. Just different things.
well there's that, but it was like it wasn't exactly Bloody Mary. It was just like a story of like, oh, this person died in this room and their ghost is still there. So like I remember hearing a story of like I think it was like a girl that like hung herself or whatever in the bathroom, but it was like the bathroom used to be a locker room, which was true. In elementary school, if you went to the boys' bathroom or whatever, like there was an extra door that was always locked, and you looked in, there were like lockers in there. It's a fact.
I'm trying to think of where, though.
In the bathroom.
Which bathroom?
Fudge, the one near the cafeteria?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, I remember I was in there.
Can I see the topic list while you go on the story?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything for this.
I know. Totally look for more topics, because that was the one reason like I was trying not to talk, because I'm like, dang it, I'm trying to find more topics. So, just scroll down, because I've looked through all the top ones. So it was like, oh, it's pretty weird that like, you know, some girl died in here. It was pretty spooky. The thing that was spooky was I did see something in that like spare room. Thank you for trying to shine a light in my eye. And it was like I saw this figure, but it was like it really threw me off because it was like blue in color.
Huh.
But with red eyes, right?
Right.
So it was like a blue skin, red eye, and like from the clothes that this person was wearing, because I just saw it for like half a second out of the corner of my eye, and like it could just be I was, you know, drunk as an elementary school kid.
Yeah.
But like it looked like a janitor, like a male janitor, just with this really odd coloration, and he looked mad, like he was an angry person, and I was just like, what on earth was that? Because like if it was like the girl or whatever, those were some screechy tires.
Oh, yeah.
If it was the girl or whatever, I'd been like, oh, it's just my imagination, you know. Wow, that was a fast car. If it was a girl or whatever, like I would know it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. But like I saw a figure of something that I'd never had thoughts about before, like, until I saw it. Like something that I'd never like imagined in my head. Like nobody had ever told me the story of Angry Jim the janitor who had pneumonia. Like it was just this crazy creepy figure that I was like, oh, well. And that's never been explained. I can never figure out like why did I see that figure? Like why did that pop up in my head? Or did it pop in my head? You don't know. Find out next time on Spoopy episode number 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I got a couple others, but we got other discussion topics that we can
Alright.
probably share.
Yeah.
So
This one's a fun one in my opinion, just because it's gonna be a very short discussion, but I found it and I liked it.
that's fine.
How often do you curse?
Oh, I saw that one too.
Yeah, I decided to bring it up because it's just funny.
I have not legitimately cursed since I was like 5 years old.
Really?
Yes.
That young?
Yeah, I used to curse when I was young.
Hmm.
Because I watched The Simpsons.
Fair enough.
And that's why I started saying crap. That's one that stuck with me. Especially that one time where Lisa's friends put a bunch of seashells on Homer's car and it comes out and he goes, holy merciful crap. I said that like every other sentence for about a week.
That's
It was great. But yeah, and like I used to say, like, the stuff that they would say on The Simpsons.
mm-hmm.
But my parents were like, you can't say that, like those aren't nice words. Try substituting the bad words for things like dang or darn. And I was like, okay. And then I continued to do that for like 15 years.
And here we are today.
Exactly. So, like, there have been other times where, I will admit I have slipped. Well, not technically slipped, but like, in 5th grade, I did a play, a Shakespeare play.
Geology rocks?
What?
Was it Geology Rocks?
I said a Shakespeare play.
It wasn't written by Shakespeare?
No. No, it wasn't.
Mountain number 2!
Anyways, so it was a Shakespeare play, Midsummer Night's Dream, and I was playing Puck, and one of his lines in that is about how he turns this guy's head into the head of a donkey, or the other word for a donkey.
Mule.
Nope.
Democrat.
Nope.
Ass.
There you go. So I had to say that, but I was like, I had to. It was like the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and then I feel like I have slipped at least once since then.
You're very good at, like, keeping yourself in check.
Oh yeah, no, I pride myself on it, but I've probably done it at least once. But like, I can't think specifically. I just know that like there has been a time where I was like, shoot, I hope nobody heard that, and they didn't. So yeah, good for me.
I curse more than I should.
Yep.
Basically, I have words, like, I don't say the N-word. I would say that.
Yep.
And I try to avoid saying some other ones.
Yep.
But then there's the ones that I'm just like, I'm not near my parents or grandmother. I could say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with cursing.
No. I honestly think it's a very stupid thing.
Because, like, they're just words.
Exactly.
Really. But it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't scorn people for cursing, even though I don't curse. It's just, like, a choice that, like, personally, I think words that substitute normal curses sound hilarious.
Oh, they do.
So that's honestly one of the major reasons.
It's really funny when you see
it.
Calum, like, get really angry at something or like that, and you just see him go, "What the fudge?"
It's just so funny, because, like, and then it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So if I'm, like, legitimately angry, like, people will curse to, like, let off steam, and, like, that it gives them, like, that sense of, like, relief when they say, like, technically bad words.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it makes me laugh, and I'm like, God fudging dang poop, God stupid.
You basically turn into Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And no.
It's just, it makes me laugh, and I'm like, I feel better now. But yeah, they're just, like, fun substitutions. And then, like, seeing people's reactions when you're like, oh, mother fluffer, and they're like,
That's a good.
excuse me?
I find myself saying that one, and it's hilarious.
It's so good. Like,
I like that one a lot.
Substituted curses are just fun. But yeah. What?
I'm pointing at you, so you go, next question.
Next topic.
Time freezes for everyone but you for one day. What do you do?
Whack it. 24 hours.
I would drive somewhere, and I would go on the wrong side of the road just to do it.
Wow, we're the most exciting people.
Oh, no, trust me, there would be a lot more frowned upon things, but...
Like, we are the most exciting people anyone has ever met.
No, I do not want to mention the frowned upon things I would do, like rob banks. I mean...
I'm trying to think what I would do if time froze for 24 hours. I'd probably go to a zoo and enter the cages.
Ah, that'd be a good one.
Because, like, imagine just going up to a tiger and just, like, petting its face and being like, you can't move.
That'd be hilarious.
And then it's like, 24 hours are up. Damn it. I don't know, doing
I would honestly, I feel like with 24 hours, I would totally do stupid things like shift people's furniture around like very slightly.
Here's a question.
So just think about it real quick.
I'm
8
thinking about
o'clock, say 8 o'clock p.m. You just kind of blink. 8:01, everything's rearranged in the room.
it. That would be crazy. But what I'm thinking is, I have a question.
Yes.
What if time freezes, can you move other people?
I would say it depends.
Because you know how, like, in some shows, they do the time freezy thing, and then they can just, like, position people?
This parking spot's filled.
Bye, PT Cruiser. But, how they can, like, position people or whatever? Like, could you do that in this situation? And if so, like, how easy is it to move people? Like, are they, like, actually frozen stiff where it's, like, you actually have to put effort into moving them? Or are they basically, like, limp? But, like, time
really
is
funny
frozen?
she's parking right behind us.
Hi, PT Cruiser. But yeah, because if so, I would totally, like, position people, like, in funny whatevers.
I feel, me personally, I like to think that if you could physically move them, like, without time being frozen,
Right.
like, just their dead weight, like, our one friend Diana, very light,
Right.
opposed to our one friend Tom, who's pretty heavy.
Here's another question
Yes.
along with that. If, say, like, somebody is sitting on their bed, time is frozen, and you want to move them into a position where they're, like, I don't know, in the shower, and just, like, fully clothed or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I would totally do that, is put someone fully clothed in the shower, turn on the water,
Yeah.
and then they just, like, unfreeze and they're soaking wet. But, like, if you tried to pull them off their bed and they just, like, dropped on the floor, when time unfroze, would they feel the pain of dropping on the floor? Or would they just be there and be like, oh, I'm on the floor now? Like, would they
I would say
suddenly feel the pain of dropping off of their bed?
I would say it's the second. They wouldn't feel it. They just kind of wake up and
They're
realize
just kind
it's
of
happening.
there.
Yeah, because unless if it's like something severe. Because if you think about it, like, you hurt yourself a lot without realizing. Like, you'll, like, bang your elbow and be like, ow. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like this has actually happened to me before. Like, I have bunk beds at home. I had a dream I was falling one night. I didn't really question it. I was like, wow, that was really realistic. I woke up in the morning and I'm on the floor. I don't remember falling out of my bunk bed. I just kind of fell out.
They always wake up before that happens. Like, I feel like, oh, I'm about to fall. Well, actually, usually I wake up, I already fall, and then before I land, I wake up. And then I'm like, oh, I'm on the edge of my bed.
Yeah. I just didn't question it. I woke up. I felt perfectly fine. Like,
Yeah.
no physical, like, pain or anything. I was just like, I'm on the floor now.
Well, that's like when I passed out in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, after I stood up, and then I opened my eyes, and I'm suddenly on the floor, and I had hit my head against the toilet paper rack and, like, nearly knocked it off the wall. I didn't feel any sort of pain. I was just, like, there on the floor, and, like, my head indent into, like, a steel pipe. But I was like, I'm good. So, yeah. Interesting.
So it's like, say you wanted to move me into the shower.
Right.
If you could normally lift me,
Right.
which honestly I don't know, because we've never had you lift me before.
I don't know. I'd probably drag you.
Yeah. Then you could do that, or you
And
could
also,
drag me.
Well, there's another thing. Like, if you were dragging this person, like, and you wanted to position them to be standing up, would they suddenly be dead weight where they're like a floppy fish? Or could you just, like, bring them up like an action figure, where it's just, like, put both legs on the ground, tilt their body up, and they're standing?
I would say dead weight till a point.
Okay.
Like, so I'm dead weight, but if you have me, like, kind of, like, most of the weight's on my feet, then you can kind of, like, straight, like, standing me up, and then I'll be fine with that.
Alright, I see that. Next topic.
Oh, where'd it go?
I don't
If
know.
your mind was an island, what would it look like?
If If my mind was an island?
Yes.
That is a weird question.
Well, lucky for us, this is under the topic of weird conversation story.
That's hilarious. Wow. I don't think I was ever prepared in my life to answer this question. I don't know. Probably, I imagine like one of those beaches where there's like not too much sand, where it's like Jersey Shore, where
Yeah.
it's like
You have to walk a mile of
you
sand,
can
basically.
walk literally like a mile until you get
To the ocean.
to the ocean. Like just enough, and like there's plenty of forest.
Uh-huh.
You know, like lots of big trees that suddenly just turn into sand and then water. Probably decently sized. Not really any mountains around. And just, rather peaceful.
We took that two completely different ways.
What did you think?
A hamster running on a wheel, but the computer modem sounds going.
I don't think that's an island.
No, it'd just be an island full of it.
Oh, you meant like what's in the island?
Yeah.
I was
Like what? No, like what's on the island? It's just a flat space in the middle of the ocean with a bunch of hamsters running on wheels and computer modem sound. Because I'm always trying to think, but it never really works out.
I thought you meant like legitimately, if you turned your brain into a geographical location,
I don't know.
what would it look like?
It's not that specific.
What flavor of ice cream do you wish existed is what I read. There we go. And what kind of question is that?
I don't know. It wasn't
Like,
very specific. So it's like we just took it two completely different ways.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's fun. And on that note, what flavor of ice cream do you wish existed? It already exists. It's chocolate.
Not a double fudge brownie?
I mean, it exists.
What about quadruple fudge brownie?
I don't think mankind was meant to handle that much power.
Honestly, I don't know.
Like, I can't think of a flavor of ice cream that doesn't exist.
I can't think of a flavor of ice cream that wouldn't be weird.
Well, yeah, I can't think of a flavor that, like, I would want that isn't already a thing. Because, like, I remember I was in Italy one time, and they had a bunch of, like, crazy... I mean, technically it wasn't ice cream, it was gelato or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, they had a bunch of crazy flavors. Like, they really like flowers over there. Like, flower as in, like a flavor. So they have, like, rose, lavender ice cream.
It's kind of gross.
It sounds like it, right? But people like it. That's what Turkish Delight is. It's like flowers. But they had lemon meringue pie gelato, and it was amazing.
See, a lot of the ice cream flavors I would think of probably would be meat-based. And I just think it would be gross.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, cold, wet, like, steak that you just kind of slurp up would be very nice.
That would just be...
Yeah.
Really.
I know. Well, did you have another next topic in mind?
I did. It would have to be probably the last, too, because we are running out of time.
Wow, I'm surprised.
So I guess we should just make Truth or Dare an entire episode.
I guess so.
Is that the rate we're going? This is what it's looking like?
Yeah. I mean, we did find a site that was 250 conversation starters.
Well, I kind of got to the bottom anyway.
So yeah, find us a quality conversation starter to end on. That's strange.
Oh, wow.
Conversation starter ender.
Okay. If you were king/queen, for what would your throne look like?
That's interesting.
Alright. I just thought of two.
Okay.
First one. Made completely out of cardboard boxes.
Right.
I do like me cardboard boxes. I'm trying to bring back my 1990s breakdancing career. And I just think it'd be kind of like funny because you see all these like, the Game of throne where it's like
the big
made of
swords
and all that stuff. And then there's stereotypical thrones made of like gold and fancy stuff and stuff. So I just think a very unclassy throne.
See, what I thought of was...
Toilets. Thought of a third throne.
There you go. I thought of two as well. Number one, take an old crappy school chair that's like plastic.
Yeah.
Like plastic seat, and then the bottom is like metal.
Yeah.
And put that on like a normal massive gold cushioned throne. Like just literally sit this like crappy old metal
just a chair
on top of the throne, and you sit on that chair that like squeaks when it goes across the floor.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's a crack in it. There's a bit of gum stuck to the bottom. There'd be that, and then also for like, you know, comfort purposes rather than being ironic, you take the reclining movie chairs from, you know, the movie theaters that are like are really padded. They have like the footrest that goes up as the seat goes back. It's really comfy. And then combine it with a wheelie chair.
Ooh.
So it's got the wheels on, you can spin around.
Yeah.
But with the button that reclines, it's super squeaky.
I remember we went to the movies. I forget what it was, but you just had the squeakiest chair
I
possible.
always have the squeaky chair.
And it's hilarious.
I love it. So it'd be like somebody would come in and be like, "Your Highness, we need to feed the poor people." And then it's like I have my back turned and I'm laying all the way back. So I spin around and I spin like a couple times. And I spin a little bit too far, so then I have to put my feet on the ground and kind of wiggle back a little bit. And then I'm still laying completely back. And I press the button and it goes... How may I help you?
Alright. You ready for the first chair I thought of, actually?
Yes.
And it's probably the funniest one.
I'm prepared.
It's a throne completely made of albums by Elvis and Queen. It's a throne fit for a king or queen.
That is extremely clever, and I am so proud.
I thought of it like, that's the first thing my thought went to, and I was like,
wow.
I have to save this for last.
Yeah, no, that was good.
I'm proud
Wow,
of it.
you should be. That was because when you first said king or queen, I immediately thought Queen, and then I thought of their song Killer Queen, and I was like, how can I incorporate that? I don't know. I like squeaky chairs, but I'm glad you picked up on it.
I'm proud of that one.
That's good. I like it.
Should we just end on my proud moment?
Yep.
Well, wasted enough of your time.
I thought you already ended. And I was like,
Nope.
Nice. Got my burp in as the last thing.
We didn't say we wasted enough of your time yet, so...
That's true. Well, now we definitely have.
Oh, yeah.
So,
This is a waste of time.
yeah.